Hi everybody, it's Irene with BrainStormAcres. And today I'm going to start yet another phase of our spring garden. About this time every year we go a little bit crazy, buy a zillion seeds, then go crazy trying to figure out how to plant them all and raise them all and transplant them all and all that sort of thing. This year, I have to admit, we feel a little bit more intense about this. We've already experienced the challenge of trying to buy groceries when there weren't any there, or not many. Now, fortunately, we're both really good cooks and we enjoy cooking. And some of the cooking we do is the traditional stuff of using dried beans and things like that. To be honest, the last time I went to the grocery store, there were not even any dried beans there. Now, I have no idea what some people are going to do with them, but we know what to do with them. But I looked at the veg department, and it was pretty bad. It really was. The apples and stuff weren't too bad, but the fresh vegetables were less than what I would call fresh. Now, I've got some friends who've said that it seems to be coming back where they are, and that's awesome. We always try and grow a really yummy garden every summer. As you know, we've invested in some more seed starting trays and things like that. We have the big ones from Haas. Last year, I guess it was, we got a whole stack of the ones from Johnny's. So we have both the bottom trays and the tops. I've been experimenting a bit with the Haas trays. These I've been using for years. Now it's time to start a bunch of tomatoes. We try to grow a good crop of tomatoes every year because we love really good tomatoes. In fact, to me, a really good garden year is when I can put up like buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets of tomato sauce and all kinds of things like that, pickles, you name it, so that we don't have to go to the grocery store. Because we know what's in these. We know that we grew a non-GMO seed. We know that we didn't use any insecticides on them or any kind of herbicides in the area or anything. We're confident in the quality of our food. If our snow peas are a bit tough, well, it's our own fault. We picked them too late and didn't process them right. And we can live with that, but we know at least that they might be a little tough, but they're not poisonous. This year we feel more strongly than ever that it is important to grow a garden of our own. Even if everything out there in the world just blows over, they come up with miracle cures and all that kind of stuff, I still want a garden of my own. I still want to know that the tomatoes that I'm eating are super high quality, that the peas that I am eating are non-GMO and never were sprayed with anything that's not organic. I just like that feeling of confidence in my food source. So the first thing I'm going to do today is load up this tray with potting soil. We're going to start this first batch of seeds in the house because tomatoes and peppers and things like that are a more fragile plant. Now, some people would say it's a little early to be starting these. Well, depends on where you live in the United States. Some people have got these things up 5 inches already. Our last date of frost, reliably, is not until about May 15th. And we've seen frost after that, of course. But we also need to grow our plants bigger before we put them out, otherwise they don't have a chance. It's a very rough environment. The bugs are there, the critters of all sorts are there. And the larger and sturdier our plants can be when they go out into the garden, the better chance they have of surviving and producing a good crop for us. I'm going to get started now. These are going to go on a heat mat in the dining room of the house. We'll keep you posted on how it goes. But all I'm going to do out here today is load this stuff up with dirt. So let's get started. And this is not brain surgery, this is just dirt. Now I'm using potting soil. I'm not using seed starting soil because I have trouble getting it here. I have ordered some from Haas. It should be in this coming week. But what I'm doing is I like to use that as a topper for my seeds. So I'm using basic potting soil as the bottom, and then I will top off the seeds once I've actually got them in here with the nice starting mixes. I have a little bit left from last fall, plus I have some more left from this spring that we bought. I hate this stuff because it's always got sticks in it, but oh well. I have a buzzy insect in here. It's not a bee. It's not a wasp. I don't know what those are called. But I actually released my first, I did a catch and release on a butterfly in here yesterday. I heard something bonking on the plastic and I checked and it was a butterfly. Well, first I checked to see it wasn't a moth. If it had been a moth, I'd have smashed it. But no, it was a butterfly. So I released him or her. It's really pretty. Couldn't think of the name of it yesterday. I can't think of the name of it today either, but it's almost time to drag out my butterfly books again, so I know what I'm dealing with. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that each one of these cells is full enough, but not too full, because I do want some space at the top, so that once I put on a little bit of seed starting mix over the top, I'll still be able to see these divisions. That helps to keep it from washing seeds into from one tray into another and things like that. Some of these tomatoes are going to be determinate. That means they only get to a certain size and stop. Some of them are going to be indeterminate, which means they grow until they die in the fall, or you cut them back. So I want to make sure that I know exactly what varieties I have where. And I'll be labeling these very carefully. One of these days I'll actually screen this and then I won't have to fuss with it as much. Or not. I always tell myself I will every year. Almost. Now some people would think I'm a little crazy doing this. They say, why are you being so fussy? Just toss it in there and it'll come out fine. Well, you know what? This is serious stuff. This is something really important to me. Even if there wasn't all kinds of stuff happening in the world right now, it would still be important to me because I love to garden. I love to grow my own plants. I know some people are not comfortable with growing their own seedlings right now. That's fine if you've got a good source. Cool. A lot of companies cannot ship to Arizona because we have fairly tough agricultural rules here. And to be honest, most of what can ship here I wasn't interested in. So, there we go. We're set. Now all I'm going to do, I'm going to take this in the house and we'll set up in there to go ahead and get it ready to grow. So I'll see you inside.